We have already had meetings with AA and Cancerego, with the board presidents and superintendents when they were talking about the legislation for regional high schools. We already kind of discussed, and there's a lot of the shared services that arkport, Alfred, Allen, and Cancerego already do, and you're going to hear more about some that we're going to try to do tonight. So that stuff is already going on with these three schools. Is there more we can do and more we need to look at? It sure looks like there is. So the best board that you can have is one that has the information in front of it. So we're going to try to forearm ourselves with the right information. So I think once we have our discussion later, we'll see what direction we might try to take.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
No, we're going to rush to get that started. It's going to take a couple months, and I would expect them to present the information probably December or January.
Right. I understand there's a lot of due diligence that has to be done once that second phase of the feasibility study needs to be done. But I'm just saying, I think we ought to think about and make sure that when we're looking at all of this data and information, even though we don't have it in our hands right now, just based upon these numbers that were presented last night, personally, I think that his recommendation was probably going to come to fruition. I realize that the president, or was it the superintendent or the president from Alfred Allen stated he wanted to see the feasibility study, but I didn't hear anything from Cancerog. Have you spoken to them? One of you?
Yeah, they're in support of it. Yeah.
Of the feasibility study?
Yes.
Yep. So no one's in our court.
No.
All right.
Even if somebody was in a hurry, I don't think that the 4 months that were put into the feasibility study we would chop it off enough to make it. He said you have to do it on July 1st. There's no way that you can jump into a merger study and have everything happen to have it happen in a year. It's a 2-year deal.
Okay.
So putting the feasibility study out there and making that information makes more sense to me.
So if we did the feasibility study, and our goal is really at some point, if we wind up merging with someone or a group of people, that we're looking for September 15th.
Correct. I think that's best case scenario. Yeah.
Now, is Cancerog in any financial difficulties where there could be a problem in this 2-year period for them?
Not that they have indicated, no.
I mean, it's just another concern I had was, delaying some things. I just didn't know if we had spoken to them about it.
Okay. The 2-year time frame, certainly I think with the information that all 3 boards have gotten from the superintendents and everybody's in a pretty good place fiscally for at least 2 years. Hard to know what's going to say. Anything's going to happen over the next couple of years, but years 4 and 5, if you would drag it out that long, might put one or 2 of us in jeopardy.
Right.
So first 2 years, I think that's a good call.
Okay.
And the other thing that I would like to see out of the study is he's talking about going back to 06-07 funding, which
That's
is
the law. That's the law.
right, but that's before we lost all this funding. So his numbers were showing 40% on top of that,
Right.
which gave us that bottom line value. But that bottom line value in real dollars is going to be a lot more than that compared to what we're getting right now.
No, his 40% was only the incentive. The total that you saw in that incentive operating column had nothing to do with the current. He had nothing to do with the current spending that's going on right now.
Okay, they just use that as a base number.
The 06 numbers added together for however you do the.
And it doesn't include all state aids.
Correct.
Right.
It only includes certain ones. So it's not
It's
like
the operating.
you have a $7 million budget. It doesn't include. It's not 40% on the $7 million budget. It's what that particular aid was.
Because my understanding was that these numbers are the numbers.
Right. That was addressed.
That was addressed. So whether it's one at 18 million, another one at 14, or all 3 at 24 million, those are the numbers. So the second study proves everything out and how everything goes together. Those should be the numbers. So it would be, so it would be on top of the combination or, looking at it from whatever they are now.
To me, it's a small price to pay to get more information to tell us yes or no or maybe. And it may not give us enough to say so, but I think it would certainly give us a good idea. It sounds like they do, because I was here when they did the 95, he called it 97, but we started a little earlier than that. What he called an annexation run with Cancerega. And that was done in a year's time, and there were things that were not done as what I would say should have been done and how they should have been done. And it seems to me the process has been really cleaned up and lengthened up to include details. And I went and asked him last night, as I said, one of the things that I didn't see the last time was we couldn't tell the public what courses we were going to offer exactly. I said, well, we're going to keep offering what we got, and we'll let you know. We couldn't tell them what the bus runs were. We couldn't tell them. And I asked him last night, to me, that was a major miss. That people wanted to know that. He says, if you end up doing, it determines that if you want to do a merger study, he says, when you get our 125-page book, it will tell you right down the details of all of it. And your committee, your 18 to 20 people that are on it will be involved in that, but you'll have your bus runs, and you'll have your courses that you're going to do for the next year, and it'll be all laid right out there so that it's done with a lot more due diligence, which if we get to that point, then that makes a lot more sense to me.
But also, too, I mean, what was nice was that he was talking about committee members of the community, both adding faculty as well as community members to the committee that studies everything, getting their opinions. So that might be a little.
That was done the last time. So there was committees of community and faculty, and I don't think there was a couple of students on it, and the board members that sat in, we didn't participate, so we just sat in the back as they had the meetings and listened and understood. But the report, we just didn't lay it out in the detail that I think it should have been laid out. I think that was one of our issues back then. And we were nowhere near the financial disarray with the state that we are today. And I don't see us getting that much better. So it's at least worth a look.
One of the other things I asked him after the meeting was, let's take us and Canasarega, for example, and we start going down that road, and we end up merging, 3 years from now, and then the climate completely changes again, and what would happen if 2 or 3 years after that, that it was again feasible to merge the now merged district with Alfred. And he said that there's no legislation that keeps that from happening. So it's not like we would have to decide all three or wait until that 15 years of funding is done. He said, as soon as two merge, you can start a merger with another one, or you can do all three at the same time. He said it's completely up to what the community and school districts want to do.
So that seems to be the general opinion, Dr. Niles, if you could give us a recommendation.
Yep. Recommendation would be to contract with Silky and Costello to do a feasibility study for potential merger between either Alfred and arkport, or arkport and Canasarega, and/or all three, up to $5,000 fee. He was kicking around 4,000, but I don't think it'll be about 5. So we can just give you up to 5,000.
Provided that either of the other two agree to do so.
Correct.
Okay. I need a motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded to authorize Dr. Niles to pay for a feasibility study to include us with Cancer-Rega and Alfred Allen, or either, whichever one other district decides to jump to that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.